The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we bring you, well, we're close to the end of the month. Today's the 30th.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's all over.
The week too, so.
So you getting ready for April Fool's Day? What you planning there, Odie?
I don't know. I've got to do something. I got to think of something I can. I may tell Greg he's got the day off. Wait a minute. That happens a lot anyway.
I guess truly the best that I've ever been gotten was Clayton Cobbler last year. He got me good. I mean, he went above and beyond.
So he made a good one?
Yeah, I was busy doing something, and he said, "Hey, have you got a text about the body found?" And I kept on doing it, and a few minutes later I picked up my phone and I said, "No, where at?" And he goes, "Man, we just found another one." So I kept doing what I was doing, and then about 10 more minutes later, he goes, "I have found another one." So then I stopped, and I said, "What is the location?" He goes, "You need to hurry. Police are roping it off." And I thought,
we got a good one here.
I said, "Whoa." I said, "Can you send me a picture of the location?" Because he didn't answer that first one. And then he goes, "There's bodies everywhere." I thought, my God. And I think I even said something about, are they buried? And he said something. And the next thing you know, he actually gives me a physical address. So then I got a phone call on something else. And then I went back to it and I typed in the location to go to it. And it was a cemetery.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, he got me.
That's
so, Clayton, good job.
That was to put up a fence if you don't hurry.
That truly is the best that I have been gotten in a long. I didn't even see it coming.
That would be a good one.
Whew.
One of those hook, line, and sinker.
Yep, I bet.
Like the Pfizer.
Yeah. Now I'm sure at some point in your life you've may have gotten someone with jokes. You seem to be a practical joker, so if you know Odie, y'all watch out.
Daddy taught me. Well, one of Daddy's good friends said, if Ray Barrett is laughing while he's talking to you, it's probably true. But if he's looking at you dead in the eye with a straight face, he said it's probably a lie. He said because he's pulling one over on you.
He was that good, huh?
He was good. He was good.
Some people just have the knack of pulling things off.
That's it. Daddy was real good at it. And sometimes he could hold it back, and sometimes he couldn't. But yeah, he could go for a while.
There you go. We did mention a few moments ago in our first broadcast, if you're just waking up, there was a tragedy last night in Kentucky. 2 of our Black Hawk copters went down.
Yeah, terrible for the families and not knowing. So hopefully they'll have a cause on that and find out what caused those birds to come down.
We don't know the number of people yet. They've got that all still under hush until family members have been told, but we're hearing multiple deaths included with that. So as we learn more on that, we'll pass that along to you.
Jean said that Joe, her husband, passed away on April Fool's, so she doesn't do anything on that. So
that's understandable.
You'll be in our thoughts and prayers for that day, and I know how much Joe meant to her.
77 is a high today. Right now, we're cold. We're still in the 40s, y'all.
Yeah, a little nippy in the air.
Let me see here. 41 was the last, and let's get a current update. We're down to 40.
It's going the wrong way.
Yeah, burr. But don't worry, we're going to climb 37 degrees before the day is over.
That's
now,
it.
We need to wish a happy birthday also to someone who's having a big one today.
Yeah, and probably everybody knows her not by her name, but by what she does.
That's right. It's the Teacup Lady. We wish a big happy birthday this morning. 89 years young, Miss Mary Taylor.
Happy birthday. That's wow.
It is. And let me do this. Let me find this. You and I had a chance to head out yesterday, and we went over and spoke to a group.
Oh, was that not fun?
It was. Let's take a picture of these, show these pictures of these ladies as we went over to Brookdale.
Yes, had a blast.
Yeah, this was just a guest passing through visiting her mom. As we look at this, here's Odie up there just telling them how it really is.
having a good time.
We
Very
did.
attentive.
Oh, and we can't say thank you enough to these ladies and gentlemen that let us come out and talk to them. Very sweet, very sweet.
I bet she's got her phone fixed and on now.
That's right. We were going to work on
Yeah.
her phone there where she could pick it up a little bit better. But it was a great time, and we do appreciate everybody that had us out. We enjoyed our visit there.
Yes, we did. And I run into some people that I've known and hadn't seen in a while, and love to get my mother out there. I believe she'd have a fun time because all of her friends that
She
they
grew up
cause
with?
trouble together.
Cause trouble.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good little deal there. You show up, somebody cooks all your meals. You don't have to mow grass. You visit with your friends and play cards and do whatever you like.
And still get in your car and go somewhere if you want to. Or
Yeah.
you can jump on their van and let them take you.
So lots of ways to do that.
Yeah, they've got internet, so we could do the show there.
That's right. We could.
We move in and
Speaking of, we're still on backup because we don't have any intranet from the storm that moved through. So we're still coming to you live from our backup. So we do know now that this works, and this is what we'll use moving forward when things happen.
I tell you, it's always good. You know, when you told me you had different internet set up, and the last thing you needed was for something to go down, and I said, well, that's how we operate. We have a backup, and then we have a backup to the backup because 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
That's right.
And when 1 goes down, you don't have number 2. You're in a bad situation.
Yeah, you got issues, as they say.
Yeah.
If you notice through tomorrow night at dark 30s, you travel along the highways and byways of the states of Mississippi, the state rather, I said that wrong. You'll see flags at half staff on all government buildings. That's in honor of those who lost their lives to the tornadoes that happened on the 24th. The governor passed that, and that's why the flags are at half staff. I have not gone out and my new flagpole that's now bent, lowered the flag. I've got to go do that.
That's a tough situation. Numerous injuries. I'll have to try and pull up and see if I can get all the numbers for the injuries, the totals, homes. Monroe County, I think they had like 1,400 homes that were affected, destroyed, anywhere in between, and a few deaths. But then you had Sharkey County that had 300-something homes, but they had multiple deaths. So our hearts go out to all those families up there, still having to go through and find what belongings may be left.
Yeah.
So tough situation for them. So they definitely need our continued prayers.
Now, you showed me some pictures, some before and after. We're going to talk more about the tornadic activity that happened in the state of the 24th. But let's look at this. This is a bird's eye view of Rolling Fork. I'll let you explain it.
Yeah, so, up top is what you would see. That top picture is what your normal day-to-day looked with all your trees, your roads, your houses. And then within just a short minute, that bottom picture showed up with absolutely nothing. It uprooted all the trees, the houses, very few houses still left standing. But that is devastation right there, and that's what these folks live through.
I got one more picture here, the before and after, I think. Yeah, here's another bird's eye view. Look at this, folks.
I mean, that's a change. You see the water tower is no longer standing, so if you don't have water tower, you don't have water.
That's correct.
Now, we were without power for 3 days over there in Sukalina, but we still had water.
Yeah.
They don't have anything. They don't have water. They don't have power. They don't have a home. Just pure devastation. And they're fixing to get some more bad weather.
Yep. We're going to tell you all about the bad weather, what is projected. We'll do that next. We'll break it down for you and let you show who, what, when, and how. All that's next. Scotty Ray and Odie as we start your morning.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Looking for the answer to the questions that are sure to come later today? You know, what's for lunch or what's for supper? That answer is El Norte Mexican Restaurant with 3 convenient locations in Meridian. Whether you're in the mood for one of their delicious, authentic dishes or their famous fish tacos, or maybe it's their large drink selection that pique your interest. Remember, their combo meals are buy one, get one free every Tuesday from 3 p.m. till close. The Mariachi Band performs at their 22nd Avenue location the first Thursday of each month. We will see you at El Norte Mexican Restaurant, 22nd Avenue Heights, North Hill Street, and Highway 19 North.
And welcome back. Scotty Ray, Odie keeping you company this morning. I just wonder how long it'll be when we're out and about. Do you remember watching the Blues Brothers? Anybody ever remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when the ex-girlfriend shows up and she's kind of unhappy because he left her? There's bound to be somebody that's mad at you, Odie, I just ain't bumped into yet.
Don't keep looking too hard.
Everybody knows Odie.
Oh, maybe they won't come out the woodwork.
Never fails, no matter where we're at. Odie, I hadn't seen you in 20 years.
Yeah. Toby's got that song, you know, How You Like Me Now.
There you go.
And we even got a seal of approval from Rob.
We appreciate that, Rob, giving that big thumbs up seal of approval there. Becky joining us this morning. Thank you. Miss Sandra joins us there from Chunky. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Summer,
Enterprise.
Winnie, and we've got a bunch up here saying good morning. And we've been slacking off a little bit on that. Miss Ann. And
here's old Chet. Chet's up this morning.
Oh, Chet, he's getting ready to polish up some cars and get the dents out of them and make them look good.
Speaking of, I'm glad you said that. I got. Hang on here. Chet told me something yesterday that I need to pass along to everybody what they're going to be doing today.
We got some breaking news.
It is. What's going on? All right. I got 290,000. Aha. Here we go. Let's go back up here. It's a here we're traffic. One more. Now offers paintless dent repair on all hail damage. So if you've got hail damage, they can fix that. Those little dings all over your car.
That's it. Bring it by, and we had hail come through, so go out and look. And
it's insurance approved too, so it wouldn't cost you any. That's even better there. So talk to Chet about that. They'll call your insurance company. Let them look at it. That'll be good for you.
Yeah, that would be good. Now you don't have to just go to one of those tents on the corner of a parking lot.
That's right.
Dent removal.
Let the professionals do it.
Let Chet take care of it, because we know what kind of work he'll do with the car.
Oh, yeah. Now, as we mentioned, severe weather moving to the area tomorrow. We're 24 hours away from this event happening, and most likely it will be late into the evening. Let's first show you what the National Weather Service is telling us of their timeline. As we go to their site for them to tell us this, hang on here. Let me see.
Let's get the right one.
I have to hit that button there to make it happen. Itty-bitty writing.
Yeah. No way to upsize it either.
They're calling this late afternoon and overnight. Now, as you'll see the different colors here, we're going to go live to the radar and show you what it shows as well. Severe thunderstorms likely, tornadoes. This is right here in this level 3 in the north corner of Mississippi. We even got a level 4 now in the state of Mississippi. The Meridian area south of Philadelphia, south of Cypress Mills, and all points south of that area there from Preston, Mississippi, will be a level 1 down through Clark County, all those areas. Now, let's back out here and go over here, Odie, and show everybody exactly what radar says. And this is one of the biggest storm systems that I have seen.
It is huge.
As we pull this up, y'all look at this.
And it can change again. We don't expect it to affect us anymore right now.
Right here is what we're looking at.
That's a scary situation.
Everybody remember Liesl Harris, the rodeo clown?
Yeah.
Liesl was from right here, Collierville, Tennessee. Great town there. As you look here in Tunica, Mississippi is where all of this begins of the level 4, where tornadic activity is expected. It will start here around Tunica by the casinos, West Helena, Arkansas, all the way up here as we get in here to Missouri. Iowa is even under Missouri as well, these areas here. Now, let's back out, and as I mentioned, as we go further north, here's one cell where they're expecting tornadic activity. 3 is pretty strong, too, but even up here as we get into the Iowa region, where I jumped ahead of the gun there and looked at all that. Delhi, I believe is what that says. Delhi, Iowa.
I'll go with you.
Platteville, all of these areas here is also a level 4. So y'all can imagine how this is going to begin here, and look at all of that area and ground where it could be horrific weather tomorrow night.
Yeah, and our ground's already soaking wet. Trees are already pushed over. So we're not completely out of the woods. Can't rule a tornado out, but we're going to have a little bit of wind. We're going to have some more rain. If you don't find a way to tarp your roof. If you've got a hole in your roof from this past storm, it's time to get some tarps put on it. It's time to get that at least covered until this storm passes. But still, guys, after those before and after pictures,
yeah,
that's why we push to stay on top of this. Stay weather-wise. Know what's going on. Pay attention, because we don't want anything like that to sneak up on us.
Jeremiah Johnson was telling me which keys to hit on the board. Or you can hit Control plus symbol to make your font size bigger. Problem was, I got this new fancy. Dylan Ray called me and he goes, "Hey, I got something that you really need."
Yeah.
And he got me this fancy keyboard. Now, the writing on it is small at the top, but what it does, Odie, you can have your cell phone somewhere else in a room, and you hit a button, and you can type from this keyboard to your cell phone and send text messages. I ain't never in the world seen anything like that. Technology at its greatest.
Well, now that little mouse you got, Amy loves those magic mouse, and you do everything in the world, and you never have to move a mouse.
It's thumb operated.
She's got all kind of buttons with shortcuts.
I can't hardly use my thumb now on one after you use that little roll around thing.
Yeah, that's all I use. Double click. I can double click with the best of them.
I bet you can. Let's see here what's going on today. A few things right here. The city of Meridian, and they're investigating this. We posted this yesterday. Let me pull this up so y'all know what's going on. The city of Meridian sent us a message that the Public Safety Department will assess commercial or residential property damage from this past weekend storms. After assessing the damage, they will share the information with the county for them to share with the state. It's a bunch of people who's got to look at everything to see if there's any way that they can get some assistance from the state of Mississippi. I had a question about that yesterday.
So, yeah, with our EOC, every call, city, county, everything comes into our EOC, our 911, and it comes into our EOC, and then we disseminate that out to the different entities that are in our EOC, whether it be the fire or road crew or whatever it is. And then the next day, we start compiling all those names and addresses, and the people will call them as well. And then they've got Daniel Mabry is awesome with this stuff, and he came through class and got certified for crisis track is what we call the program. And he goes out and does that for the city and gets it all put together nice in his little spreadsheet that goes on. And every bit of that is live. Every time we upload each individual residence, it's uploaded live and visual at the state EOC at MEMA. But then it compiles it all together and gives a report of how many are destroyed, how many are major, minor.
And if you haven't called yet, let's show this number again, Odie. Right there's that number to call, 601-484-6890. So they'll have your information, and you'll be on that report. Now, I guess the more damage that is reported, the more the state would you get.
Yes,
maybe?
so we have to go through a threshold. So we've got a threshold in Lauderdale County. The city has a threshold that they have to meet. Then the county has a threshold that we have to meet. Now, our threshold includes Meridian and Lauderdale County. And we've got to come up with $380,000 worth of damage uninsured.
And keyword uninsured.
Uninsured. So we've got to have $380,000 worth of loss. There's different ways to get to that using the storm. It could be through debris. It could be through damage to homes, but that's public and individual combined. But then on top of that, the state has to have $5 million worth of
before they can move.
Before they can go forward. This storm and the storm from Friday are two different storms. They're not connected, so you don't do a whole weekend and everything that happened. Each storm's got its own criteria.
Gotcha.
And so
we'll have to wait and see.
We just have to wait till the numbers come in, and we know that they met that threshold up in Rolling Fork, and that was one reason they turned around and said, okay, we're asking for a federal disaster. And President went ahead and said, oh, yeah, I mean, the criteria is there, go for it. And then right now we're still in the number crunching and trying to get everything together, and we may or may not even qualify for something.
As you brought that up, I want to bring this. I don't have the exact time, but we do know that the President and First Lady are going to be landing in the state of Mississippi tomorrow to view the storm damage and Rolling Fork in those areas there. So Joe is headed to Mississippi, probably one of the first times that he's been here as President. I don't remember him coming before.
I don't think he's been here.
Jill has, I think, done some school stuff.
She went somewhere.
Some books.
I think down on the coast or something.
But look for him in Rolling Fork as they will be looking at this. And as always, we respect the office of the presidency. It's a big deal to have the President of the United States in our state.
It is.
As we look around, we had some gunshots last night. Now, again, no one hurt, no one damaged. Let's go take a look at where that might have happened, Odie. Oh, let's click on the map, make it a little bit bigger.
There we go.
4400 block of 20th Street is where gunshots were heard. This was near East Mississippi State Hospital in that area. Now, again, no one was hurt, no one was injured, but somebody did hear it. So, well, it happened.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of people that, I keep pushing this, a lot of people in harm's way out there.
That's right. Another round as we pull this up. I'll show you a map here. This was 24th Street. That's where I got reports of this. This was near the Magnolia Middle School in the middle of the night. Several gunshots were heard in there. Here's the Velma Young Center right there. And then right over here is where gunshots were heard. Now, also late yesterday afternoon, I'm not sure that this was ever reported to the Meridian Police Department, but I did have somebody say they were out jogging and they heard boom, boom, boom out the Bonita Lakes area yesterday afternoon. Now, again, I don't believe that was reported to the police. It could have been, but I got a message about it and they went on about their merry way. None of these instances was anybody hurt or injured. So
extremely lucky, and we're glad nobody got hurt, but
so far, now we are ahead of last year's murder rate in Meridian, but last year we had a murder in the month of March. So far, we've only had several gunshot victims this March. So it were 2 so far for this year to compare to last year's 1 at this point as you're tracking numbers.
We're going the wrong way.
We've had several. We even had one this week that was accidental, I'm told, that slipped by me that I wasn't aware of. That would have happened, if I'm not mistaken, down Poplar Springs Drive. Self-inflicted accidental shooting happened on Tuesday night.
That's tough.
Yeah, so as we get into other things that happened yesterday, it was a 3-car pileup yesterday afternoon. Couldn't hardly get by it.
They all shared the same spot.
That's right. As you get right here around O'Reilly Auto Parts is where that happened. That is one of the toughest. If you're coming out of O'Reilly, the cemetery sits here.
Oh, yeah.
liquor store across here and the car wash there. If you were trying to go over to have a drink and get a car wash, virtually impossible to go straight across.
And then you don't have but 10 feet to get in between all the lane stuff.
You cannot, that little middle
that little
section.
island is not big enough.
No, and it's wreck after wreck, and we know that.
And then everybody from the right lane coming off of the bypass is trying to make it all the way to the left lane. And
It's just really best right there to hang a right, go up somewhere, turn around, and go back if you're trying to get to AutoZone.
that's it. Go up to the red light, take a right, and come all the way back around by Dairy Queen and get back on 39.
It just isn't worth it, is it?
It's not. It's not. Take an extra few minutes.
There you go. Well, also want to remind you, I'm sure there's going to be more work here today as they continue this. Highway 493, as you're coming out of Meridian, if you're in that curve there where Lee's Bait and Tackle is, right there near, what's the church is on the right there.
Yeah, the church is across the street, and I can't think of the name
it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
But as we look at pictures here, this is construction. It was one lane traffic here yesterday, and it may be again today as we look at these different pictures of what's going on there. So be careful. There's always a lot of incidents in that curve, and I had really hoped that when they put in that new bridge, that where the honky tonk used to be there, which is not there anymore, that whole curve would go away, but it's still going to be there.
Well, that was, and I hope I am wrong, but
Tell me.
that curve right there, we have wrecks there all the time, and some of them are bad.
Yes.
And that was the main purpose, was to get rid of that. And now I'm afraid we're going to get more, because have you seen the bridge on this? Looks like Talladega High Bank.
It does.
And now you've got cars that are going to continue to speed up,
Accelerate, in other words.
go around that curve, come down a little straightaway. They've already got more speed up, and then make a sharp right-hand turn going around that bend. Where used to, you had to slow down a little bit and make a few curves.
Yeah.
Now they've gave them an opportunity to speed up. I hope I'm wrong. Why we didn't take that turn out? Why we built what's being built now? Because we just, in my eyes and seeing what I see all the time with these wrecks, we just opened up a fast lane, and I don't think it's going to be great.
We're getting messages from Neshoba County there. Terry Ray tells us they're paving on 16 East near Philadelphia. Use caution, and you do need to on that road.
Yeah, be careful.
Scott tells us the intersection there by Dairy Queen is awful there as you're trying to get from Dairy Queen over to the BMW, or if you're trying to get over there and get you a shrimp sandwich. it's bad there also.
That po' boy over there is pretty good.
Yeah, it pulls you in there.
Yeah, it does. It just kind of turns to the left.
I had someone else backing up that they heard those shots near Bonita Lakes yesterday. 5 to 6 at a time is what they're saying. Again, I'm not sure the Meridian Police Department got a report on it. They could have, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And I always like to verify who got what information when we can on things of that nature. Let's see. I had just some incidents. Let me see here. I made a couple notes that I wanted to mention. Yesterday, an argument broke out in the 7100 block of Highway 80 West. Before it was over, they'd done flattened somebody's tires. Is how bad it got.
Oh, man. That's
and here's a no-no. On 17th Street, someone knocked someone's wheelchair over, and they were using bad language. That just is...
Well, that's just wrong.
It is. So we thought we'd share that with you and let you know what went on over there. Now, I don't know if you saw this nationwide and why that story caught my eye that somebody pushed a wheelchair. It was a celebrity's son. I think it was a sports guy. His son was at a party and pushed a lady's wheelchair down the staircase and walked off. Awful.
Wow.
And bless the woman's heart, she needed her wheelchair. Somebody had, I think, picked her up and set her in a chair. And how you do things like that?
What was that? That video that came out. The old fella was in the wheelchair, and it was a power wheelchair, and he wanted to light them fireworks.
I missed that.
And he lit the fireworks, and he couldn't get the wheelchair to back up. And his buddy was sitting there. Back up, Kenny, or whatever his name was. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was funny.
Real good stuff, huh?
Yeah, I have to show it to you.
You have to do that
crazy.
for me. Dot says that could have been fireworks yesterday. Could be.
It was fireworks. She saw them.
Yeah, there you go.
But
As we said, I didn't have that verified on that.
now we've got some answers.
There we go.
See?
We got more on the way with Scotty Ray and Mr. Odie here. Knows everyone in town. We'll be right back to brighten your day. And, well, we'll go back to that trip in history.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As Supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hammond. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
And welcome back. As we often talk about career changes, you ever checked into a hospital or been to a clinic, that person that does...
Could I see your insurance? Could I see your driver's license?
Yeah, if you'd like a career and all of that, they offer that at MCC. We'd love to invite you out with that. With that, inpatient, outpatient coder is what they're going to call that. Quality improvement analysis, depending upon where you would go to work at. Cancer registrator, clinical documentation improvement analyst. Lots of different jobs that can be done with this, and they teach that right there at MCC. There's so many different programs, from nursing to things of this nature that involve hospital care. Big part of our community here. And if you'd like to change what you're doing, contact MCC now. Find out what career can affect you and make your lives a little bit better for you and your family. That's what it's all about.
You know, this is something huge that can be done right here at home.
Yeah.
It's not just limited to these few things here with healthcare. They've got something for everybody. Call down there, find out what it is, and you can change your life and get an education right here at home.
See them, MCC. You can't miss them.
We got a shout out.
Who's that?
To Kyle Stoddard here from California, watching the Scotty Ray Show with us.
Woo! Hey, Marcia.
So, hey, you know, you can reach us in California, so start that trend. I don't think we've got a California yet, so take this back home and let all your friends know that, look, this is the best morning show out there. And
Let
it's
them
the
know.
fastest hour that you can get to this early in the morning.
It is. It is swift. Speaking of, let's look at a few things that happened on this day. Can you do let me see if you can do it. Anybody remember that? What is it? As we go to the Addams family. And I guess you pronounce it John Aston was born on this date. He truly was hilarious. I enjoyed it. Was it Morticia?
Morticia was his wife.
She was lovely.
Yes.
He was always wanting to touch her, wasn't he?
Oh, he was always grabbing her arm and kissing down her arm and just all kind of stuff.
Wendy kind of scared me, though.
Yes, Wednesday.
Wasn't that her name, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that, I don't know why Thursday never become such a popular name with children, but Wednesday was.
Yeah. And didn't know anybody named Monday.
No, I didn't know her either.
Mm-mm.
But John's having a birthday today, or he would have.
Would have.
Would have. Let me back that up there.
Yeah.
Now, there's only one movie that I've seen this next guy in. I know he was in a lot more. This one made him a household name at the time. And I think even back then, he may have been a sex symbol in the late 60s.
Could have been. It was a remake of a TV show.
Yeah, Warren Beatty. He had went on to become Bonnie and Clyde, if you got to see that. That was a big show for him. He was born in 1937.
Yeah. Look, you know what? He was also in, what was that?
See, that's why
Didn't he play Dick Tracy?
That's a big possibility.
Yeah. That was Big Ten
Yeah.
on my watch.
I think you're right there.
I think he played Dick Tracy.
But I don't know. I just don't know a whole lot. That was a little bit before my time. Boy, me and Dylan Ray, I had never paid this much for a concert ticket, but Dylan Ray wanted to see this old boy. So we forked out some money and off into the Silverado. We went towards Alabama to see this guy 4, 5, 10 years ago. I don't remember how long it's been, but Eric Clapton having a birthday today. One of the best guitar players you'll ever bump into.
Yes, he is. He is good to listen to.
Right, because that's all he's going to do. He walks out and goes, hello.
And then plays his
He
guitar.
never says anything else.
And then he does that, wow, oh, wow.
I was just really expecting him to be
Cut
a
loose
talker,
and-
but
yeah.
no, he didn't reveal anything else other than I'm here to sing, and that's what he did.
Appreciate that money y'all spent.
Yeah, Eric Clapton. But I figured that would, at some point he'll stop touring. But from what I'm understanding, I talked to some folks the other day, and $100 gets you nowhere now on a concert. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be.
$200 and something for a nosebleed seat, and you can't see them.
You know, I remember going to see concerts, $35, $40. But then I started thinking, that was also 35 years ago.
Yeah, because I always tried to keep tickets no more than $20 to where you take your whole family. You can't do that now when they're wanting $1 million per show. Is why that happens everywhere.
Well, now they don't want but 200,000, but that measly manager they got wants 800,000.
He gonna take it off the top.
Yeah, I'd say here's your cut.
Boy, I'm telling you, contracts and things that go on with shows, you just would not believe what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at there. Lonnie's up this morning. Good to see you there. A lot of folks there. Anybody remember the name Paul Reiser? Mm-hmm. A TV show called Mad About You. He was born on this date, and that was the girl from Twister.
And he is. And,
Helen Hunt? Is that
Helen
what?
Hunt.
Yeah.
And they've got Twister 2 coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
Reckon it's going to be any good?
I hope, because I'm going to go watch it.
Another Dodge truck going to be sucked up and dumped?
Probably so, but that's all right. It'll keep going.
The scene where they get up underneath the bridge and they hold on and it sucks all the planks in the tractor, I
good.
find that hard to believe, because if it sucks a tractor,
it's going to suck you, and you're not going to hold. These are not going to hold you up against that pole. It's not going to do not go under a bridge.
I should have called our very own here in Meridian, Mississippi, Mr. Terrence Davis, to come in to be with us this morning to talk about this.
Because he knows.
He's got so many great stories about this. But one of the best that was stationed at NAS Meridian, that was right here. Let's go back for Hammer time. MC Hammer having a birthday today. Born in 1962, one of the biggest names of the 90s. Can't touch this.
Can't touch this. And them MC Hammer pants. And Terrence danced right there with him.
Sure did. And, of course, now MC, a pastor who has really influenced and helped others along the way.
Well, wasn't it Terrence was talking and telling the story of he was a Christian doing that, and to be part of his team.
Oh, yeah.
It was, we're going to pray about this, and we're here because of the Lord, and he didn't put up with much.
I really, really, truly, if y'all have never met Terrence, we're going to have him back, because I get so involved in his stories. They're great. What a good guy. If you have not bumped into Terrence here in Meridian, and what a singer, find him on YouTube. I was listening to some of his stuff last night, as a matter of fact, on YouTube. They're great. Ken Rainey even made one of his videos.
He's a great singer. His voice, he has a storytelling voice, and you can just be in awe listening to what he has to say.
I remember seeing this scene from the remake of that awful show, The Dukes of Hazzard, and he goes, "Did you get my Celine Dion tickets?" She was born in 1968 on this date, if you're a big fan of Celine.
You'd have to pay me an awful lot of money to go.
Not my cup of tea. Just doesn't fit for me. 1973, we sat around the TV tonight and adjusted antennas to see the final Mission Impossible.
And you can still catch that, and I like that original.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let's see what happened. Let's see if you can sing along with me. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy.
I could probably sing a little bit with you, but nobody out there wants me to.
John Denver went number one with Sunshine on My Shoulder on this day. He had a bunch of songs. They were kind of labeling it folk at the time, and he did end up being country. Country Roads, Take Me Home. Ought to be the official state song of West Virginia. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. But, boy, John had it. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Yes, he did.
We would also, in 1974, tonight, coming on television, this would be the pilot. It would be in September before the regular show, but they wanted to test it tonight to see if it would work. In 74, we all gathered around the TV and we saw this pop up. Little House on the Prairie.
Man. You know, that was...
Had values.
It had values, and you don't find that anymore.
No, you don't. Old Paul.
Hard-working. You went out. It's amazing. You had to earn what you were going to use to take care of your family.
And if you wanted to eat, you better have yourself a garden.
Ain't that the dangest thing?
It is. It is. 1978, I've never heard not near one of her songs. I'll be honest about this, but I know she's big in some form of music. I just don't know anything about her. So we say happy birthday to Miss Norah Jones.
I don't recognize her or the name.
Me neither, but I hear she's big.
Well,
that's what I'm told. I heard a clip one time and I thought, yeah, let me go back over and listen to Mickey Gilley again.
Yeah, it's not polka or nothing.
No, it's, I don't know what you call that stuff. Really don't. But 1981, we had a tragedy. If y'all remember this scene of what happened on today, President Ronald Reagan was shot on this date.
Man.
Shots would ring out and it was a bad day.
That. I remember, Mom and Daddy talking about that.
I remember watching the video as they pushed him into that caddy and off toward the hospital they went.
Yeah.
1982, and I really need to look into this more. There would be, let's just pull this up and discuss this, because if you read the fine print on this, it does involve Lauderdale County. 1981, George was arrested in the state of Mississippi. He was charged with a DUI, and you get this, in his 81 Lincoln driving home in Mississippi. The accident happened on County Road about 10 miles from the Alabama line. So that makes it somewhere over here.
Yeah.
Now, on the 24th, just hours earlier, he was over in Jackson. He might have had some narcotics in the car. And, he was arrested.
That was, he was on 20. At least he wasn't on his lawnmower.
But I don't know if you look into this, was he also arrested over here, or was it, well, that's George, just go ahead and let him go?
Yeah, leave us what you got and you can go on about your way.
Anybody around that was at the Sheriff's Department back in 82 or the Highway Patrol that might know the true story of that?
Yeah, somebody knows.
I'd like to know more about it.
That's right. Fill us in.
Yeah. 1984, I like this guy. He can sing. He's country. Justin Moore was born. He's a great talent there in the world of country music. Not many of those. One of my all-time favorite actors that ever played the screen. He always played the bad guy.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
He even was in that musical, I'm a Yankee Doodle Boy. James Cagney passed away on this date in 86. A little short fella, but let me tell you, he was tough. He put across that gangster just by looking at you. I really like me some Cagney. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, go back and watch a black and white movie. You'll like it. He was good. Yeah. 1990, Rhett Akins had a boy. Ended up naming him, and they twisted the name when he got popular to Thomas Rhett. First and middle name there.
Hey.
Big star these days. Back in 92, who made the cover of Time magazine? Oh, it was our friend Garth. He had the world in the palm of his hand. Anybody remember that?
Yeah. I got more money than my grandkids' grandkids can spend.
That's right. That's what he said. Hey, if
you've
ever
met these people here lately that are growing up, they could blow through there in a quick.
Yeah, they could. You ever been thrown out of a car and, well, all you see is the taillights leaving you? Happened to Clint Black. Fell out of one. 1998, number one song was Nothing But the Taillights. It was all over for him and her at that point. And finally, our last event of the years that we felt that you should remember. Back in 2020, we lost a great. Can you sing it? Lean on me. That's all I know. When you're not
strong.
Yeah. We lost
I'll
Bill
be your
Weathers
friend.
on this day. What a great guy. What an incredible singer.
Yes. Yep. And music that's going to stick with everybody.
Ain't No Sunshine. Boy, that was a good one, too.
Sunshine when it rains. However it goes.
You know a little bit more than I do.
I like some blues.
We'll be right back. Y'all put a smile on and let's face this day together.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hammond. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
Again, that event will be happening Saturday in downtown Meridian. Also, the Loose Caboose will be going on over earlier in the day in Newton.
To go by there, lose caboose, and then come back and take part of the Sip and Savor.
Yeah, this also, as we go over and check all this out, going on over at the back porch, they've got a tax-free weekend coming up on some food sales there. Also, they're working with Al. Look at all these great things going on this weekend. All that's going to be given away. Drawings there. And then Al also has his big festival. So lots to do in the Meridian area as we bring in another weekend.
Man, look, we're getting closer. It's already 10 minutes, 12 minutes till now. Well, this is a fast hour, and I think it gets faster every day. The week's almost gone.
Yeah.
The week's getting by faster.
I saw this, and I thought we needed to bring this up because it's always neat to involve your employees, and we want to say thank you to the Mississippi Department of Transportation for doing this. This was done over in Newton last week where they had, it's kind of like a rodeo with equipment. I thought we'd look at a few of these pictures there. A lot of folks came out for that work for that. Dump truck driving. Ain't nothing quite like it, is it?
It is, and they're particular on how you park it, and you've got to be so far away from the pen and everything. And Lauderdale County will do the same thing.
It's fun stuff. So
and it is fun to watch.
We salute the working man is what we're trying to say here.
Amen.
Glad y'all are part of all of that. Well, a Mississippi man is headed off to federal prison.
Well, see you later, alligator.
What he done was he was mad at a friend. So he picks up the phone and goes, "Hey, FBI, my best buddy down the road says he's going to go boom to a building." Well, that really gets the FBI's attention. Come to find out, they just had a disagreement, and he was trying to get back at him. He's headed off to the federal penitentiary. He's going to have a long time to think about that.
Yeah, and somebody had made a phone call and threatened the president.
Uh-oh, I bet that even gets worse.
And it does, because that was here in town.
From Mississippi?
Yeah, from here.
Oh, from Meridian. Oh, I did not know about this.
And he showed up, and he's like, now, what he said was, something a little bit different. He did not say, I'm going to.
Said that it could.
So he got away from it. But
they will come to your house and visit you.
They were listening, and they didn't have any reason to be listening, so they are listening. So say something like that if you want to.
Yeah, they will
find you.
Yes, they will. Because
be careful.
This is the greatest technology that they pay attention to everything you do.
Big Brother is on the air, and TikTok's recording everything you do. So keep looking at those videos, and somebody's looking right back at you.
Yes, they are. Well, Hinds County, what happened? We've got 3 people that were, guarding other people in jail with them now.
Yeah, well.
They tried to sneak some contraband in. A little bit of everything we might bring up, from phones to, drugs.
You know, and I've said this before. You start using all our taxpayers to pay people to not work and sit at home and twiddle their thumb, and we give them free checks. But the law officers we have and the people who are being the law enforcement inside these jails get very little pay. And then when something like this happens, everybody gets mad at the man who brought in that contraband, but yet he's barely making ends meet.
And they prey
He
upon
didn't make the right decision. They preyed upon it, and then he's stuck. He got to do it continuously because he's going to get in trouble. If we quit pushing out these free checks for people sitting at the home and not doing a thing,
right,
and start paying our law enforcement officers and the people who guard our prisoners a decent
you get
wage.
a better quality.
You get what you paid for, people.
There you go. You know how I know it's election year, Odie?
How's that?
Because Mississippi lawmakers just approved $100 million to help out struggling hospitals across the state of Mississippi that are about to close. Imagine that, election year and to the rescue.
Wouldn't that be something?
You can now say, hey, I helped save your hospital. Vote for me. Is it a coincidence? Yeah. I'm just saying we're passing it along.
Give me some extra money.
Well, I think this is the time to ask.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Already 7:51 as we start your day.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it.
Need a truck?
We can do it.
Need a van?
We can do it.
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it.
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs.
The Loose Caboose Arts and Crafts Festival 20th Anniversary Celebration is on April 1st. It kicks off Friday, March 31st with the Mississippi Delta Shows Carnival. Then Saturday, the Bank Plus 5K begins a day of shopping, food, and family fun in downtown Newton. Events include the Bank First Car Show, Brewer Sawmill Motorcycle Show, Weir Esco Dinosaur Experience, a Kids Zone, LA Dance Show, Magician Todd Smith, pony rides, and more. Headlining entertainment this year is Emily White. For more information, call 601-683-2201.
Well, as we talk about good folks in town, these right here, Snowden and Company. If you have not met Amanda and her staff, well, do so today. They can offer you just about anything from a dream home to, downsizing, going, I don't want no more grass in my life. They can find you something with a smaller yard, or maybe you're at that stage where you want acres upon acres just to watch your wife mow the grass. They'll help you out, won't they?
I want one that doesn't have a lot of trees around.
Well, yeah, you don't have to rake as much.
You don't have to get them off your roof.
That's true, too. You name it, they can find it. Here's your one right there. Ain't nothing going to hit that roof.
No, and that's what I like about them. You give them your wish list, give them a piece of paper, and this is where I want, this is what I want, and this is how much I'd like to spend. And her staff will get together and pull up whatever your wish list is and show you where
exactly.
it's at. Here it is, and we're going to help you do all the paperwork.
They'll be there through 5 today, 453-3937. Anything that deals with a home, talk to Amanda, her friendly staff, and they will bend over backwards to make that happen for you. Lots to choose from. Visit them online, SnowdenRealEstate.com. Can you believe we're getting so close to the top of the hour?
This is, I can't get used to this hour going by so quick.
We do see that the IRS, for those affected in North Mississippi, Rolling Fork area, they're going to postpone taxes due on people in that area. We don't want that confused with anywhere else.
We're not in that, so don't try and pull that around here.
The man, do you remember the student that come up missing at Ole Miss?
Yeah.
They've indicted the guy that was accused. Still no body found, from what I'm understanding. That's a big headline there. Let's see. Well, we saw some shooting take place up in Macon, Mississippi. Not uncommon. We're seeing that a lot in that area, as well as the Meridian area. They're going to have a vacancy, and we pass along condolences. Natchez, Mississippi, as we find out one of the board members was found deceased in his home. We don't know how it happened. I'm assuming it's of natural causes.
I'm hoping so.
Yes.
You know, it's still not good, but I hope it wasn't any other way.
Right. So that's going on down in Natchez as we look at everything else. Let's see. It seemed like there was embezzlement happening in the state of Mississippi. Jack's restaurant is going to be rebuilding back up in Rolling Fork area. That's good news.
That is. And imagine, not only did you lose your home, but if you were working there, you lost your employment.
Yeah.
So very devastating. But now on top of that, news that Jack's is going to rebuild and come back. That's great.
It is. A final note that we wanted to, if you ever get mad and you're, at a reservation there and you walked into the hotel and you go, I'm here to check in. They go, well, we don't have your name. Don't get overexcited and pull a gun and take money from them.
Yeah.
Because they got 6 years now to think that over. Yeah. That happened in Jackson, Mississippi. 6 years in the federal penitentiary for doing that.
You got 3 hots and a cot, and you didn't have reservations there neither.
Really, what makes somebody, just because they don't have your name is no reason to lose your cool. You can go somewhere else.
Well,
he must have had a bad streak, though, because he took money from them.
Yeah, that didn't just happen overnight.
No. Had some history there, so to speak. Odie, we've come to the end of our time.
Man, here we are. We'll be back in 23 hours for yet another fast hour to start your morning. Friday's coming.
It is, and it'll be all over tomorrow because tomorrow's the 31st. April Fool's Day rolls in on Saturday.
That's it. So plan your jokes well.
Yeah, do that. God bless, and we'll see you then.
All right, bye-bye.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.